Hey everybody, welcome back to Holt Growers. I'm your host Timothy Holt and this is my greenhouse. Today we're going to be handling this tiller. Last week, if you watched that video, you'll know that the tiller's belt broke. I did like how it was working for the time being. We do have the chickens. They were outside the greenhouse, but they seem to have followed us inside. We're not too worried about them. They will pretty much run away as soon as we get this going. What the plan is to swap out the tiller, and then Zander, if you see him behind me, he's going to be helping with that. We'll switch to a time-lapse video when we go to repair the tiller, and we're going to till the ground. The bed's in here. I like this tiller. It's 30 inches wide in its current setup, which is how wide the beds are, and then we'll come back with a flathead shovel to clear off the walkways and put it back in there. So without further ado, what you will need for this particular model is some basic hand tools like this 10mm wrench, and I believe it's also an 11mm wrench for the other one. So we're going to switch to a time-lapse video now, and you can see the fun and antics that we'll have learning how to do this. Hey everybody, that was time consuming. Took a lot longer than I expected. It took about 2 hours, maybe 3, to change out this belt. So a couple of things that I noticed. One, there's got to be an easier way. Two, this tensioner here, spring, was a pain in the butt. The other part of this that was difficult was working with this reverse pulley belt. So it is a little bit loose, but we're going to test it out, make sure it works. Probably should have got a new one of those too while I was at it, but we don't usually use reverse, so not a big deal. So let's start it up, make sure it's going to work well. Don't worry, the chickens will move out of the way, I'm sure, as soon as it starts firing up. Oh, great. Sounds good. Servicing this engine over the winter was a good idea. Let's see how well the new belt works. Oh yeah, new belt works great. So we'll get the cover put back on it, and go from there. I do know that there's a way on this machine to change its elevation, how low it goes into the ground, but that's working pretty well, mixing up what's not decomposed into what is decomposed over the winter. Next week's video will show the bed prep and getting everything tilled up. We'll get a flat-headed shovel out here after we do that to clean off these walkways and get all that put back in there, put back into where we want it in here. So we'll get it all tilled in, and then hopefully the week after that, or within the next 2 weeks, we'll have some crops planted in here. That's what we're looking at. Get some early crops in here. It's mid-February right now, so it's still a little cold outside, but the greenhouse hasn't dropped below freezing in about 2 weeks, so 2-3 weeks. And before that, it wasn't getting too cold in here to start with. There's no deep freeze. So we'll see how things go. As always, get out, grow something today, and may God richly bless you.